Hi, back again so soon. It's Sue with Everyday Artisan, and I told myself I was going to make more videos in 2025, so what a better way than to start on day one. Today I'm going to do another try-on session for you in the Indigo colorway. And yes, this is as my COVID pandemic, stuck in the house, Ezra long jacket, indigo coat that I still haven't blogged about, but that I should, but I'll tell you about it here. So we've already tried on the neutral side of my wardrobe. And quick note, I know I told you I was going to fix this dress, which is the, I believe it's called the fitted because it has the seam down the center and it's a 4-paneled dress. It got a little tight on me during the pandemic, as most things did. And it was a little low in the front. So I'm trying to figure out how to pinch this up, but I also added these racing stripes, if you will, down the side in the ballet fabric. This is natural underneath, ballet on the top, Anna's Garden stencil. I used gold paint just from the craft store, and this was back before I had an airbrush or anything like that, so I think I just sponged it on. So what I'm going to do is take off the natural binding and redo that. That was probably one of my first binding jobs, and it's a real loose Cretan stitch, so it's probably better off that it gets fixed too. But when I tried it on, it had a huge gap back here. A little bit it was solved with shortening the straps, but I still think either I need to make this a little bit shorter or smaller, and I put a 3-inch in there, but I think I'm gonna take it out and make them only 2 inches. I think it still fits, and who knows, one of my other resolutions for 2025 is to take a little off the middle. But I'm excited because I'm finally getting this on the form and doing something about it, which it's been too long, so I'm excited about that. Okay, so right now what I'm wearing underneath is just one of her ribbed core collection skirts and an old cami that I had that a while back when I did my indigo dyeing experiment. I believe it was, if you look at my blog post, it's the one from August 2019 is when I started dyeing a bunch of indigo. I noticed Natalie Chanin has put it back in her Alabama collection. I don't know if it's in the most recent one, but like the past year, she's had a lot of indigo in there too. So when I was dyeing everything, I first was just gonna I got the little jacquard kit off of Amazon, and I was just gonna try shibori dyeing. But then, you know, it said, hey, it makes this amount of t-shirts. So I was like, well, why don't I go ahead and just throw in some, I think I threw in natural colored of her organic cotton and do some yardage so I could get something like this amazing coat, and with pockets. And then it dawned on me, at the time I didn't even think about what thread I was going to use, but it dawned on me that I had some denim embroidery floss that I was thinking I was going to use the slate for the construction and some denim embroidery floss for the stitching around the Aurora stencil. But then I got out the denim embroidery floss and it was a lot more purple than the fabric. So I didn't want to use it, so I went and got some white embroidery floss, unspooled the whole thing, did up a whole new batch of indigo dye and dyed the embroidery floss. But then I'm like, okay, well, what am I going to do with, what else am I going to do? So I found a lot of pieces both in that I had that were Alabama Chanin, and like this cami was just a regular cami. You can tell it's got the polyester binding on this because that didn't dye as much. But I'm like, why don't I put a few pieces that I hardly ever wear and throw them in there too and see what happens. So not only did I do the cami and the skirt, but I also did just one of her Boatneck shirts. And this one, you can tell I've got a couple spots on it. So I still need to figure out what to do there. Actually, if you do read that blog post, got some ideas based on some of the works she's done in Indigo. If you go to my Pinterest page, I have a whole page of just Indigo garments that are Alabama Chanin that I go to frequently to kind of get inspiration. So I dyed the cami, the skirt, and you can tell this one I think I put left everything in there a little bit longer because they got dyed a little bit darker. And I also did one of the cropped cardigans. You know I love these cropped cardigans that I bought a long time ago from Natalie. So let's try on a few outfits and show you what I did with it. Okay, no laughing that I'm wearing a black bra because a lot of the stuff I was going to try on was black and I didn't think about I'm not going to go out changing my bra for you guys. Anyway, here's the cropped cardigan, the way it was hanging on the hanger with just a plain white panel tank, which is the one that I believe has 12 different panels. And I think I even had to add another panel myself to have it not pull too much around here. This was a real fun technique. I did the seam on the right side and did that's the Cretan stitch all the way up so you can see a lot of the stitching on that. So this is fun. I love how flouncy the panel tank gets. And this is what I assumed I was going to be showing you more of. Here it is with just a plain black tank underneath. I think the black is slimming. All right, I'm going to actually keep this top part of this outfit on, but change out the skirt to show you my very first project with my Indigo. So the very first thing I ever did with the Indigo that I dyed was to create this skirt based off of a design I'd seen on her website. The Indigo dyed fabric seemed so precious to me because when I was down there for the workshop back in 2015, 2014, oh my goodness. I bought a yard of the Indigo fabric there, and it was, I believe, $50 at the time, which all of her other yardage was either 20 or 30, all with the workshop discount of 20%. And I ended up giving that yard of fabric to my sister because she ended up making a skirt, and I think she made a bolero with it too. I'll post a picture of what she made here. And so the Indigo fabric's always been kind of precious to me. So when I first started using it, I wanted to use something that didn't use up too much of the fabric. And that's where this skirt came into play. So this is the fitted skirt. It's got the 4 panels and is theoretically a little longer in the back, although I think I made it kind of more, not so, I guess it wouldn't be asymmetrical, it would be this way. Anyway, I made it more even around the bottom, and I adjusted the length. I made it the midi length. The example from Alabama Chanin had it in the long length that kind of has that tail in the back. So I made it more of a midi length and not so much with the tail in the back. This is the New Leaves stencil, and it's the indigo leaves are just appliqued on, and this is two different sizes of the stencil. This is the medium and the large. But I really like it, and I need to wear this outfit more often. Okay, here it is. I'm still wearing the corset, so it's not laying as nice as it would if I didn't have anything underneath. But here's that other shirt. Like I said, I originally bought this in natural and just hardly ever wore it. So was playing with it, thought, oh, indigo, that'd be perfect. But you can see this is kind of strange here. So I'm gonna post a picture of what I've seen her do with shirts like this, which would be fun to do, but would take a little bit of work. And it's an odd place to place something over top. But give me any comments below if you have any thoughts on what I could do with that. All right, one of the other ways I was going to wear this was just this plain black top. This top is based on a pattern that I loved of hers that I wanted to make in indigo as well. And who knows, I might still. I do have some of the leftover fabric, and I always know how to make more. But this is the one that's the crossback. And again, forgive the bra straps. But just real simple. Love the high neckline on it. Love that it's a little looser around here. Cute little outfit. See what it would look like with this jacket on. Very nice. Oh, a little bit of leaf sticking out. I could actually, don't mind me, wear it really low in my hips maybe and have a little bit more of the leaf sticking out of the bottom. That would be cute. Although, awkward. Don't mind me. And then I got a couple on my waist. And then the other thing, what am I stuck on? Something stuck. Oh. A thread got stuck on a hook on my bra. Pardon me. Oh no. Okay, that was on the inside. Here's what that looks like from the inside. So when I dyed the embroidery floss, I kind of just tied it up. Like I said, I unspooled it. I kind of just tied it up, and you can see it ended up pretty variegated as well as the indigo itself has a lot of different variation in color, which I think is really cool. It really highlights the stencil on this. I guess the other thing I could wear with this is just the black cropped cardigan. I think I would wear this with the corset, not necessarily with this, because the whole point of this is that you can see the crisscross in the back. But keep my arms covered and warm. So basically, that's it for what I have for indigo. Like I said, I still have some more fabric, so I've got some more ideas. But thanks for joining me today. Wanted to make it a quick one. And I've already started my next project. I cut it out this morning. I'm going to try to make a pair of pants. I've never actually sewed pants before. I was reading the instructions for it's the drawstring waistband pant. I'm making it in a single layer in the Twilight fabric, which is this part of the wardrobe. So hopefully I'll have something great to show you next time. Thanks for joining me.